Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Good morning, people. How are we doing out there? It is Wednesday. Oh, hump day, Natch. We made it, man. We made it. Congratulations to everyone out there. We're almost downhill to the weekend. By the time you're listening to the lunchtime show, the main event on Vaughan Radio, we'll be counting down to the weekend. How are you doing, Natch? How's the week treating you, man?
So far, so good.
Yeah, me too. It's about to get a lot more hectic. We start filming this afternoon. Not filming me, I'm the one behind the camera, thank God. You know, have you ever done any TV, Natch, in all your time here? Just radio,
No,
right?
just radio.
TV's much worse. It's much worse. It's infinitely más coñazo. So it's infinitely more of a pain in the ass. It really is. It's the worst. I did one show once, and it was just so painful. You know, and you have to worry about what you look like. Oh. How are we doing, friends? We've got Min in the chat. Guten Morgen, I think that's what that says. How are you doing, Min? We've got Pedro in the chat. Good morning. We have Born to Iron Man and Eugene. If you want to join us live, join the show, you can do that and contribute to the content that we're going to be talking about today. You go to twitch.tv/professional bohemian Bohemio Profesional pero en inglés. Could not be any easier than that. What are you filming on Hump Day? I have to produce a bunch of TV shows for Vaughan. And when I say that, you think, oh, wow, that sounds posh. He's going to produce a bunch of TV shows. How many TV shows, Rob? 200 TV shows. Oh, my God. So this is a couple of years long project, no? No. They give me a few months to get it done. So there you go. That's how that works. So me and my team, when I say me and my team, I mean literally me and Marta Tovar. We're going to have to try and make 200 episodes of TV. That's how that works, Natch. You know this. So what's coming up in today's show? Let me tell you. We have, I asked 100 humans today to name something a teenager wouldn't be able to go a day without. Something that, you know, after a few hours, they'd already need. Then, you know, yesterday I had prepared two of the best complete the news articles I'd ever found, and then we didn't do them. So we're going to do them today. We're going to talk about an extinct possum, and things you shouldn't do in Yorkshire on the train. No more spoilers than that, but they are two of the best complete the newses I've ever found, and that's coming up in the second half, folks. That's the second half. In this first half, we've got an unpopular opinion, which today, I believe, was actually unpopular. Let me just check that out. Natch, today's unpopular opinion: people don't change. People don't change, and overwhelmingly false on Instagram. Would you agree with that? People do change.
I don't know.
Well, we'll talk about it in a second. How's about that? We'll have a back and forth, all of us as a community, and figure this out. But before that, you know, let's talk about what's going on in the world. All right, let's see. Do I have AI news today? Maybe. No spoilers. Fox News. Something that I've spoken about a little bit, Natch, is the Fox News Dominion defamation case, the lawsuit against Fox News. And I've kind of used it as an example of things that the type of news that I don't want to talk about. But I will, because I have mentioned it a few times, I will follow up on the story, and that is that they've settled the case. So defamation lawsuit is suggesting, you know, until proven guilty or innocent, you suggest that someone has lied about you, and that lie has affected your income. A defamation suit. So then the other party would have to pay you money as compensation, right? Some midnight TV shows, says Min. Yeah, not that kind of TV, sadly. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the defamation suit has been settled. Get this, Natch. Fox News have to pay $787.5 million. Yeah. It's an important amount of money. And, I'm not surprised at all that they've settled and they're going to pay that. Sadly, a part of the settlement, and this is disappointing to me, a part of the settlement is not that the presenters have to say live on air that they lied, which for me would be just, because they've been proved to lie. We've seen now all the messages about the lies they told about the election. But sadly, they're not going to do that. But they are paying a whopping $787.5 million to Dominion, the company that makes the voting machines. Yeah, I don't know. Does that seem, when you hear someone settling a lawsuit outside of court, or outside of, when a lawsuit is settled like that, does that scream innocence or guilt to you? That screams guilt to me, I'm going to be honest. They're just like basically an admission of guilt. So yeah, I think in the New York Times or I don't know, in some publication, Fox today released, or yesterday, released a little advertisement saying that they're the most trusted news source on American television. Yeah, whatever. In your dreams, Fox. They should strip them of the news in the name. Just call it Fox Entertainment or something. Anyway, let's continue. Meta. Oh, yeah, we're going to follow up on a Meta story we covered in an earlier episode. Remember, Natch, we spoke about the layoffs. They fired a ton of people. And then the people who remained complained because there's no longer free food in the canteen. Oh, the injustice. Dude, here we can't even get a coffee machine that works. In fact, I haven't even tried it today because I don't want to disappoint myself. But yeah, there's no more free food in the canteen. Poor Meta employees. Well, Meta, the news keeps on getting worse. The company plans to fire more employees today. In the region of 4,000 employees. Man, how many people were working at these tech companies that didn't need to be there? I mean, geez Louise, man. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, haven't Meta laid off over half the people working there now? I'm not surprised they're not giving away free food in the can. They should actually, when they've got it optimized, they should start giving away free food again, because it's going to be basically Mark Zuckerberg, robot alien Mark Zuckerberg on his own, just working on 10 computers with AI chatbots. Unbelievable, man. Let's see what people are saying. Good morning, Pedro. Good morning, JC. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. So yeah, this will be a difficult time as we say goodbye to friends and colleagues who have contributed so much to Meta, said Laurie Gola, Meta's head of people, in a memo letting staff know that 4,000 people are going to be let go of. Sorry. Interesting. Are we just they seem to be flooding the market in the States with tech employees, which is worrying for that industry, right? Because where do those people go? And especially now we're entering AI, and one of the things that AI is brilliant at is actually coding. Obviously, I don't know which departments people are being let go from, but I'd imagine the coding department is in there. If they're firing marketing people, good. You know how I feel about marketing, Natch. It's unnecessary. If you work in marketing, you don't contribute anything to the world. You really don't. You really don't. You don't make anything. I'm sorry, I'm joking. I'm a bit grumpy this morning. I haven't had a coffee yet. I woke up late. Okay, let's continue. So that's that's a follow-up from Meta. Yeah, today more Meta employees are going to lose their jobs. It's really sad, man. It's really sad. It's never a fun thing to read about that. Oof, do you want to know AI, Natch, or do you want to know about the most swiped man on Tinder?
Of course, that's a good one.
The most swiped man on Tinder, right? Oh, prepare to meet your new arch enemy. Every person who's ever used Tinder in chat. Okay, here we go. Model, already you hate him, right? Model Stefan Pierre Tomlin, and with a name like that, Natch. You want me to repeat that? Stefan Pierre Tomlin. Model Stefan Pierre Tomlin, 32, claims dating has never been a hard task, as meeting women, this is another quote, comes easily to him. I'm holding myself back from swearing. Sorry about the silence, guys. This mother. All right. This is a little piece from the Independent today. I would like to be Oh, hang on, sorry. The most swiped man on Tinder says he's using ChatGPT and AI tech to help genetically not... This is a quote from him, right? To help genetically non-blessed people find love. Do you know what he means by genetically non-blessed, Natch?
Yeah, ugly.
Yeah. I actually don't even think he means ugly. I think he just means normal-looking people. You know what I mean? Like, what an a-hole. Oh, the most swiped man on Tinder says he's using ChatGPT and AI tech to help genetically non-blessed people find love. What a hero. What a hero. And recommends singletons, that's basically people like me, single. Singletons always video call before a first date, send a fun first message, and always use photos of themselves on their profiles. Stefan Pierre Tomlin, 32, is a model and claims dating has never been a hard task, as meeting women comes easily to him. Now he's using his dating prowess and the power of artificial intelligence to coach unlucky in love to help them reach romantic success. Though his site, Celebrity Love Coach... Oh, he's got a website, Natch. We'll have to check that out in the break. I hope he works with me. Single men can pay a subscription starting from £45. It's UK pounds. £45 to £120 subscription monthly, I think. Stefan claims he will help lead them to have more successful matches with suitors online. Oh, I identify with this person, says Mint. I strangely do not. Looking as I do, like the geek emoji, I don't enjoy that much success on online dating sites. Like my main selling point is being kind of funny. It's not something I can communicate through swiping. If you were single and desperate, Natch, would you ever pay a subscription between $45 and $120 to a celebrity love coach?
No way.
Me neither. Dude, me neither. I've been trying to give up smoking for literally most of my life. And I wouldn't pay $45 to $120 or pounds a month for a guaranteed success at that either. I mean, what are we talking? What is this guy going to do? Okay, first thing, guys. Thanks for reaching out. First thing you need to do is be less ugly. Can we do that? Can you change the way you look and act? I mean, what a scam. What a Ponzi scheme. What a scam. Am I the only one who's thinking that this is a scam? Come on, guys, in the chat. I need your input. Have you heard that Google is puzzled after discovering Bard has learned Bengali on its own? Oh, I am so glad you brought this up. This is another piece of news I actually wanted to talk about. That was the news that I gave Natch the choice between. It was Google Bard AI and this guy. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second, Pedro. I don't believe it. You have a smooth talk. Yeah, but you know, people aren't swiping based on the quality and timbre of your voice. If they were, maybe I'd be a little more successful. But hey, you know, good news, Natch. I've lost weight, so that's one thing. Anyway. So yeah, okay, given that it was Pedro who introduced the subject, we're going to go to the AI news today. So this is, where did I get this news? This is from QZ.com. A Google AI model developed a skill it wasn't expected to have. Concerns about AI developing skills independently of its programmers' wishes have long absorbed scientists, ethicists, and science fiction writers. A recent interview with Google executives may be adding to those worries. Yeah, as Pedro said, Google's AI, independent of the scientists and programmers working on it, taught itself Bengali, which is a language. That, my friends, is terrifying. With no external input, just needed to understand Bengali, taught itself Bengali. Yeah. Doesn't it make you worried, like, for the future when they're actually AI robots? Oh, you know, I need to learn ninjutsu. I need to get rid of these humans. Yeah, crazy, man. Put Harry Styles as your picture on your dating profile, says Min. It's probably not a bad idea. I can only imagine that if you do catfish people, it's just, you know, all you're doing is prolonging the rejection. Better to receive the rejection quick, you know, in my mind. Let's see. If I have to pay €1,000 a month to quit smoking, be sure I'd quit before even starting the treatment. Oh, yeah. I've tried everything. I've tried acupuncture. I've tried hypnosis. But yeah, I have tried hypnosis, Natch. I think I just fell asleep, but the woman said it worked. But then I continued smoking, so that's my argument. Tried patches. Actually, the most successful I ever was on the patches. I quit for like 3-4 months until I went home and my aunt bought me a pack of cigarettes. What else have I tried? I've tried the gum. I've tried vapes. Oh, dude. Yeah. You know what will help me quit smoking, Natch? Dying. That's going to be the thing. That's going to eventually have me quit. You know what we're going to do, friends? We're going to go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
By the way, friends, all those interesting topics, including the article about Google's AI learning Bengali, about the Fox News settlement, the Meta layoffs, and the most swiped man on Tinder. All those will be on my Patreon. So if you're a Patreon subscriber of mine and you support the show, you can find it all there. All right. What's an unpopular opinion, friends? Very simple. It's a brain fart. Un pedo cerebral, un pedo mental. I share it with you, my friends. I share it with you. On my social media, you guys vote. And based on your vote, I formulate my arguments for this section. Today's unpopular opinion, today's brain fart was, people don't change. Gente no se cambia. Oof, no, that's bad, right? That's some bad grammar right there.
La gente no cambia.
Ah! La gente no cambia. Yeah, that was bad. I knew it was bad when it came out of my mouth. A lot like when you blow a bubble with chewing gum and it gets too big. You pass the point of no return. You know it's going to end badly. You're going to be picking chewing gum out of your beard. But it was too late. All right. So, people don't change. 61% said false. Surprising to me that false wasn't a little more prevalent in the vote. It surprised me that we're not in the 80s with the false, right? That nearly 40% of people said, you know, it's true, people don't change. What are your thoughts on this, Natch?
Well, I think they can change, but not radically. You know? How do you say that?
Yeah, radically? Not radically. Perfect. Give yourself a nivelazo, my dude. Jeez, Luis.
Wow, qué nivelazo.
Qué nivelazo.
The core, let's say it like that. The core is the same, I think.
Yeah.
But the circumstances can help you to be better or worse. a person.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's a fair point. Let's see on Instagram. Marusha, I think it's pronounced, said, "Good question." I had a few comments about this. So I have been posting a lot of videos recently, so I just have a lot of replies about my videos. Okay, Nessa Vanessa said, "I'm not sure what to say here. I think we might change our way of expressing things, but in the core, yeah, that's another story. It's like if you're made of clay, you can be a beautiful vase or a horrid one, but you'll always be made of clay." Wow, that's a great insight. Can we get a ProBoh approved?
ProBoh approved.
True story. You can be made of clay, and you can make yourself a beautiful vase or a statue, but in the end, you're always made of clay. I've got some more messages. This is Susie. You know, I've seen people go through tough times and come out different. For real. People can grow if they're open to it. Is there a difference between grow and change? It's an interesting question. I think grow implies evolution for me. Is evolution change, or is it... We'll come back to that. Most people are just... This is a different comment. Dave. How are you doing, Dave? Welcome to the people who give me a hard time on Instagram. Most people are stuck in their ways. They're like old trees. There is no changing them. It's a weird metaphor, but thank you. I think it's about the vibes you put out. If you're open to change, it'll find you. If not, you'll be stuck in the same old loop. Oh, wow, that's a good comment. Change isn't easy. This is from Paula. Change isn't easy, but in my many years, I've seen some people do it. It's all about willingness and effort. I might disagree with that, Natch. I don't think it is about willingness and effort. I think it's about circumstance. I think people don't change because they want to. I think people change because they have to. Let's go through some pros and cons, and we'll really have a good debate about this. People don't change. Do people change? Start writing your comments in the chat, and we'll get to them after I've gone through the pros and cons. Okay, here we go. Agreeing with the statement, people don't change. We're going to talk about personal stability. We're going to talk about forming habits. We're going to talk about resistance to change, and we're going to talk about past behavior as a predictor of future behavior. Okay, so research has shown that core personality traits tend to remain relatively stable throughout adulthood, suggesting that fundamental aspects of an individual's character may not change significantly. Habit formation. People often develop habits and behavioral patterns over time that can be difficult to break, reinforcing the idea that change is challenging. Resistance to change. Many individuals may resist change due to their fear of the unknown, comfort in their current situation, or lack of motivation to put in the effort required for transformation. And past behavior as a predictor. Past behavior can be a strong predictor of future behavior, suggesting that people may be unlikely to change in meaningful ways. I kind of agree with the fact that people don't change, but I think those arguments are kind of weak. Let's continue. The con argument, people can change. We're going to talk about neuroplasticity, life experiences, therapy and self-help, and external factors. The human brain is capable of neuroplasticity, which allows for learning and adaptation throughout an individual's life, suggesting that change is possible. Significant life events or experiences can prompt individuals to reevaluate their beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors, leading to personal growth and transformation. People can actively work on personal change through therapy, self-help sources, and support from others, demonstrating that change is achievable with effort and dedication. And then finally, changes in an individual's environment, social circle, or circumstances can encourage personal growth and adaptation, challenging the idea that people are incapable of change. All right, let's see what people are saying in the chat. I guess the idea of the hypothesis is that you can't smoke as you're hypnotized. That is guaranteed, says Pedro. Yeah, true story. While I was asleep, I wasn't smoking. that half an hour being smoke-free. Natch, best half hour of my life. Healthiest. Min, depends on what you mean by change. I take it you mean people's character doesn't truly change. Well, I've left it quite ambiguous for a reason, Min, because change... What does change mean? People evolve, right? But is evolve change? Or is evolve growing certain personality traits, certain positives, certain negatives, reducing... Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and it's going to be fun to debate this when we get back. Eugene, some people change, some don't. Pedro says, I agree with Min and the Oracle. I guess the adversities of life imposes in all of us end up polishing certain elements of our character and personality. But our essence does not change. Does that mean people change? I guess to some extent, yes. All right, friends. Guys, we have to go to a quick break. I'm going to post the poll in the chat, and our live viewers are going to tell us, do people change? Do they not? Guys, so many things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you've decided to take the time to spend some time with me and Natch, and it means the absolute world. I'll see you soon. Hey, guys. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the ProBoh Show. It's currently, if you're watching live, 9 a.m. Oh, we're there. We've started hump day, guys. There's no turning back now. But by the end of the day, we'll be counting down to the weekend. Congratulations. You made it. If you're just tuning in, what have you missed? Well, we spoke about... We spoke about the AI model, Google's Bard, that is learning things autonomously. It learned Bengali without being trained to do so. Some weird stuff. Then we spoke about the Fox News settlement in the Dominion lawsuit. If you don't know about that, it's something I've mentioned briefly in a few episodes, where Fox News were sued for defamation. Basically, for telling lies about Dominion voting machines. And the company sued Fox. They just settled for $787 million. My God. Meta is about to start a new round of layoffs. We covered that and a bit of a follow-up from earlier stories. And then we took a quick look in Stefan Pierre Tomlin, 32-year-old model, and apparently the most swiped man on Instagram. Dude, I don't know about you, but he doesn't sound like the nicest of men. I don't know. I don't want to, don't want to yuck anyone's yum. If you're using his services, let me know. Let me know how it's going for you. And then we looked at today's unpopular opinion, which was people don't change. People don't change. Quite an ambiguous one today. But we do have a definitive vote in the chat. We'll get to that in a second. So yeah, people don't change. I don't know. We covered all sorts of reasons why they may or may not. From stability, neuroplasticity, behavior as a predictor of past behavior as a predictor of future behavior. And that's true. You know, that's very indicative. The best way to predict human behavior is to look at their past behavior. People don't change as much as you think. People's core values do not change as much as you think. I mean, think about the relationships you've been in, guys. The failed relationships, or as I call them, relationships. Think about the failed relationships you've been in your life, where you've just been waiting for that person to change. Or if she just stopped seeing that other guy, or if she just stopped shouting at me for no reason, or she just chill out, or he, if you know, or whatever. Think about all those times where you've loved a person but hated the way they treated you, and you've just been thinking, man, or hated the way they've made you feel, man. Oh, if only they'd change. I'll stick around. The person can change, and they don't, because the simple fact is, people 9 times out of 10 don't change. You know, our core principles, the things that make us us, the things that make us easy to predict. The reason marketing works so well on us is the fact that we don't change in our core principles as much as we'd like to think we do. Or at least as much as therapy and self-help would love to have us believe. You know? We don't really change. And most change that we do make in our life, it doesn't happen because someone's asked us to. It doesn't happen because it's been provoked by an external need from a third party. Most of that change happens because we go through some life-changing experience. People certainly don't change for other people. And if people do change because of an event or some kind of cataclysmic shock in their life, quite often those changes aren't permanent. Does that make sense, Natch? Is that something that you can relate to? Quite often those changes are a temporary thing while someone's making an effort. It's like those hair loss creams, right? They work, you start getting the little baby hairs in, but as soon as you stop you losing it, they fall out. I'm not talking from experience. Dude, Natch, you still getting do you get hair loss stuff on Instagram and things?
No.
I get a shocking amount, dude.
I still receive the True Classic shirts.
Yeah, I still get true Classic tees as well. Hey, True Classic. Look, you've got two amazing sponsors. Yeah. Or whatever. You should be sponsoring us, right, Natch? I would wear a True Classic tee. Anyway, so yeah, people don't change in any meaningful way, really. And if they do change, it's usually a temporary thing, just to put a patch, just to make someone happy, just to receive an input that is more preferable to when you're pissing people off by behaving like yourself. People don't change. But then there is another side. There's another side where people grow, right? I'm definitely a very different person than I was in my 20s. Very different. You know, I was, I had a drinking problem. I had a problem with controlling my anger. And bit by bit, I went changing. But did I change or did I grow? Because my core values remain the same. My core values, I'm still the same person. Essentially. All I've done is I don't no longer drink, at least to a heavy degree. And I no longer kind of let my anger or my emotions control me. I try and make it the other way around. But have I changed? I don't think I have. I still, approach the world with the same amount of cynicism. I still joke my way through awkward conversations. I'm still essentially the same person. I haven't changed. I still don't believe in altruism. I still, I've been saying the same thing since I was basically a teenager. That's why these arguments come easy to me. I haven't changed. I've grown. I've learned to live with my own personality. Does that make sense, Natch? I've learned to live with my own personality, but I haven't changed. I've learned to shave the edges, the sharper edges off of my more prickly parts, off of the more prickly parts of my character, but I haven't changed. I've grown. And I think that's the difference here between change and evolution. Let's see what people are saying in the chat anyway, because I'm an idiot. You don't want to hear from me. Let's listen to some more intelligent people. Pedro says, self-awareness is a good start for change. Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. Actually, can we get Pedro ProBoh approved?
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
If you leave it ambiguous, then growing up itself counts as changing. I don't believe it does. It's difficult for me to put into words now. I think we might we might approach this subject again another time, because I do find maybe we'll do an unpopular opinion one day. The difference between a person growing and the difference, or evolving, and the difference between them changing. I think they're two different things. I think a person doesn't change. I think a person's core values remain the same. They just learn. In your life, you learn to present different facets to yourself, be less prickly. You add a spoon of sugar to the sour pill that is you. Okay, let's continue. As for people's characters don't truly change, I still think it would be true. But maybe those changes can be brought forth by your own and you on your own, and you need more extreme external circumstances or events to force you to change. The Greek philosopher said, change is the only constant in life. Wow, that's Born to Iron Man. Game of ProBoh approved.
ProBoh approved.
Dropping the philosophers on us, Natch. I love it. I believe an empirical demonstration that people do change is how awkward you feel when you meet a good friend you haven't seen in decades. You realize you have both changed and grown apart. Oh, wow. I would love to debate this for another 15 minutes with you guys. We're going to have to do this topic again sometime. I promise you. Because I have feelings about this. I'm being someone who's changed a lot in my life. I use the word change because there's a deficit of a word that really explains the evolution. Because it's not really an evolution. It's maybe more of a refinement than change. Because people don't change. Let's be honest here, when most people say people don't change, what they mean is people don't change for people. You know? My ex didn't change. So we went our separate ways. People don't change for people. People change because of circumstance. People change because of the people that they surround themselves with. We're all different. We all show a different facet of ourselves depending on where we are in life and what we're doing. I behave differently to a bank teller than I do a 5-year-old child, than I do to Natch, than I do to whatever partner I have. We show different facets of ourselves depending on who we're communicating with. Your core values are the same, but the facets in which you project change. But you remain the same. That is my point, that people don't change. But but I do appreciate your opinions, and you're all quite right. There is no right or wrong here. Let's get a drum roll, Natch. We'll go to the results. 80% of you said false. Yeah. That people can indeed change. My only argument is this, that people don't change. What we do is we refine the projection of ourselves we put out into the world. We all interact with people differently. I interact differently to Rossi, our amazing cleaning lady, than I do my boss, than I do with Natch, than I do with Marta Tovar, than I do with my nieces. We project a different part of ourselves depending on the situation and the person we're talking to. But I am still the same person. My core beliefs, my values remain the same. But what I've learned over my life is how to project a more pleasant, a more appropriate version of myself into to the world. Would you say that's change? I wouldn't say it's change. I wouldn't call learning something new change. Would you call it maybe refinement, evolution? Well, that's a discussion we can have. But I respect your opinions, guys. 80% false means I'm wrong. And I'm something I'm more than used to. Let's see. Guys, you know what we should do? We should go to 100 humans. Oh my God, friends, it was a long walk to work across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans and I asked them all a question. Ooh, today's a good one. Today I asked them to name something a teenager would not be able to live without. Name something a teenager would not be able to live without for one day. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers here. Your job in the chat is to identify the top 7 answers. What can't a teenager live without for one day? All right. We also interact with ourselves differently. True story, Pedro. Which is your best part, says JC. Which is my best? I don't know. I don't think we're capable of knowing our best parts. You know what I mean? And if you ask people, what's the best part about me? You sound kind of egotistical. I'd rather not know. You know? I'd rather not know. Okay, so. All right, let's go to the Oracle. Oracle. Name something a teenager couldn't live without for a day.
The mobile phone.
Mobile phone. You know who agrees? The mighty Pedro from Instagram agrees. So does Rafelka. How are you doing, Rafelka? Mobile phone. Cell phone. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. I can tell how sure Nacho is by how quickly the applause come in. I mean, he basically just, you know, he's got the 100 humans in there with him, with a microphone pointed at them. Cell phone's there. And you know what, Natch? You know what, Pedro? Do you know what, Rafelka? And I'm going to include Min, who says technology, although... No, I'm not going to include Min. We'll get back to that. So, all you guys, Rafelka, Pedro, 50 of 100 humans said cell phone. It's the number one answer. Okay, we've gotten the obvious one out of the way now. So Min says technology. But technology is such a... Yeah, I mean, come on. That's like... I don't know. You know, where's the best place on Earth? The land. Come on. Like, come on, Min. Do me a favour here. All right. Min's also says... He says water and air. Oxygen and water. While technically correct, they're not there. They wouldn't be able to live 24 hours without air. I mean, that's a fact. He also says food. Food. What could a teenager not live without for a day? Food, snacks. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Oh, guys, we have to go quickly. We have to go quickly because I want to do the complete the news today. All right. Let's see. Camera to take selfies. I mean, that's covered in cell phone, isn't it? Friends. Friends, says Eugene. Friends. Is it there? No, it's not. It's not. They don't need friends. They don't need friends. They've got Roblox. Why? Why have friends? You know, when you've got Minecraft. What's the point? Okay. The existential dread that comes from knowing that owning your own house is an idea of the past. True story. True story. Let's see. Social media, says Pedro. You know what, Pedro? I'd say that's a cell phone thing. I mean, it's not there. It's not there. Social media is not there. However, you know, I mean, it's there under cell phone, right? Because what they're doing on the cell phone. They're not playing Snake. Okay, so, video games, says JC. Video games. Videojuegos. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Fourth most popular answer with 8 of 100 humans saying video games. Electricity to run all their gadgets. Wow, electricity is actually a great answer. Because, I mean, even I would be screwed. Is electricity there? Sadly, no, it's not. Dude, Min goes straight in for alcohol. His next answer is going to be like heroin or something. I don't know what they're doing out there. I don't know what they're doing out there in the Netherlands, but they're living the best life. So, is alcohol there? No, it's not. I'm sorry, man. It's not there. Okay, talking to complain about something. Complaining. Could they live without complaining? It's not there. Wi-Fi, the internet. Again, you know, I think for a teenager that just means cell phone, right? They don't think about what it is to have internet in your house because they've got internet everywhere nowadays. but it's not there. I'm sorry, it's a great answer. I mean, it's a great answer. It's a great answer, but it's just not there. Okay, I'm going to give you some clues because I want to get into today's Complete the News. The Mandalorian, Stranger Things. What do you think, Natch?
TV.
TV! It's there! The 100 humans clearly aren't teenagers, no. They were adults. And I was asking them what teenager. That's the problem, man. You've nailed it. You've nailed the problem here. Okay, 3 more to go. Someone said social media. And I said, well, you probably use that on your mobile phone. There's somewhere else you could use it on, Natch. Do you know where that somewhere else is?
Computer.
Computer, there it is! Okay, 2 more to go. This is a speed run of 100 humans. Sadly, I don't know how I'm going to get this one without giving it away. Let's go to answer number 7. It's probably the most common request a teenager makes to their parents. Go on.
Money.
Yeah, money. Well done. Like a loan, pocket money. Yeah, no. When we were children, Natch, when we were children and we wanted to engage in this activity, we'd actually buy physical versions of this. You know, we'd read the lyrics. What am I talking about?
I thought it was porn, but no, music.
Thank God I said lyrics. You're a plumber. Come in. Oh dear.
No, music.
Yeah, music is there. Well done. Okay. That was good. Wi-Fi isn't there, but one day without pocket money is deadly. Hey, I don't blame me. Blame the 100 humans, man. Blame the people who live in river valleys and on mountains. Okay, guys, we don't have time to run through all those. We're going to go straight to Complete the News.
Complete the news!
All right, guys, we're in Complete the News time. All right, perfect. Complete the News. I'm going to give you a news headline, un titular. But I'm going to leave out some important information. You are going to complete the news using 3 options I provide. If you are one of the many people who are watching live right now, and you've been too nervous to participate, I understand, but this, my friends, is your moment, because all you have to write is A, B, and C. Okay, here we go. First piece of news, Natch. A possum. I don't know how you say possum in Spanish. It's like a marsupial...
I think it's a zarigüeya.
Zarigüeya, okay. A possum feared extinct. Que creían que... You know, they thought it was extinct. They didn't think there were any more on the planet. Is discovered blank. Possum feared extinct, discovered blank. Is it A, in a TikTok post? B, in the Vatican? Or C, being cooked on a hungry family's barbecue? It's a good one. Told you it was a good one. Because any one of these is funny. Possum feared extinct, discovered where? Blank. A, in a TikTok post. B, in the Vatican. Or C, on a barbecue. All right, people in chat, I need to see your answers. Possum feared extinct, discovered A, in a TikTok post. B, in the Vatican. Or C, on a barbecue. What do you think, Natch?
A TikTok
Ooh.
post.
TikTok post. Pedro agrees. I think the chat kind of agrees. It was discovered in a TikTok post. Let's get a drum roll, Natch. A possum feared extinct is discovered being cooked on a barbecue. It was C. Don't get me wrong. If I'd have had to guess, I would have said TikTok post too. But no. Oh, is this the most American story that there's ever been? Here we go. A possum that was feared extinct was discovered by an amateur naturalist being cooked on a hungry family's barbecue. This is coming from the Mirror online. Michael Smith found the species that was feared extinct in New Guinea. Papua New Guinea. As experts suggest that the population is still at large. So there you go. That's the story of of how they discovered an extinct possum on a barbecue. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, next one. This one, we're going to Yorkshire, my home. Ooh, I don't think we have time. We're not going to have time. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. We're not going to have time. Pedro said, if C is false, you have twisted creativity, Rob. If C isn't false, I mean... Sorry. Look, dudes, you guessed. You guessed, not me. I feel happy that I managed to fool you all today. So, yeah, we'll get to the piece of news from Yorkshire in tomorrow's show. Look, friends, what have we covered today? God, so much. We asked 100 humans what teens wouldn't be able to live without. We looked at an extinct possum that was found on a barbecue. Delicious. We spoke in depth about whether people change or not. This is something we're definitely going to come back to as a community. I enjoyed that back and forth, and I have some quite strong feelings about it. Also, in the beginning part of the show, we looked at Google's AI learning skills that it wasn't expected to have, nor was it programmed to have them. And we looked at Fox settling the Dominion lawsuit for $787 million. We looked at Meta's upcoming layoffs coming after posts of them stopping to give away meals in the cafeteria. First world problem. And we looked at the most swiped man on Tinder, offering his services for between $45 and $120 a month. There you go, friends. There you go. But what a fun show. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be back, obviously, tomorrow with more fun and madness. Guys, please reach out to me on Instagram at Professional Bohemian and join us live for the show live. Please, guys, come on. On twitch.tv/Professional Bohemian. We've got a good, active community here. We'll be back, or I'll be back, certainly in a few hours with the lunchtime show, so don't miss that, with Andrea and myself. Friends, so many things you could have been doing today. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and it means the absolute world. I'll see you later.